It's time for a curriculum review of Math 4 from Christian Light Education. We have been using this program for the last 6 months in our homeschool after switching in the middle of the school year back in February. And I just wanted to share about all the things that we're loving about switching to this curriculum. And I am going to add in some opinions of my daughter as well, so stick around. Hi everyone, welcome to our homeschool table. My name is Jerilyn. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids. My oldest daughter is going into 6th grade. My middle, who is a son, is 4 and doing pre-K this year. And then I have a little 2-year-old daughter who is running around keeping everything exciting. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and stick around. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. First, I do want to let you know that this video is in partnership with Christian Light Education, but everything that I'm sharing today is my complete, honest review. And just if you're wanting a little spoiler alert, we are loving this curriculum and we have no plans to switch. So here's why. So first, we're going to go ahead and just start out by talking about what I ordered from the company. So you can either purchase 2 teacher's manuals or you can get just the answer key. And that's what I ordered. That's what these are here. And there are 2 of them. The first answer key is for the light units 401 through 405, these guys here. And then the second one is for light units 406 to 410. And I have those as well. So this program does come with 10 different light units for the grade level of math. An add-on that I purchased was this math reference chart. And this is actually for grades 2 through 6. This is their elementary reference chart. I did notice they also have one for intermediate, which is for grades 5 through 8. So when I do go to order the next level, because we will be using this again, I will probably go ahead and pick up that next reference chart so that she can just have both. But these are double-sided. It's just packed with information, and she uses it actually quite a bit. So I'm really glad that we have this. They're only like $2 or $3. So definitely worth it. So now let's go ahead and just talk about placement and kind of why I chose to put her a grade level down when she was in the middle of 5th grade and we switched to Math 4. So on the Christian Light Education website, when you go to math, or the grade levels, you're always going to notice that there are diagnostic tests available for anything math related and anything language arts related. And so you can print those out and have your student take the diagnostic test to help you figure out where they should be. Now, when I did the diagnostic test with my daughter, she placed kind of between 4 and 5. So I went ahead and moved her down to 4 because I just really wanted math to not be a headache anymore. We were switching from a mastery-based curriculum, which I really loved, but she needed more review. And that is exactly why I went ahead and got the Christian Light Education math. And I'm so glad I did. Each of the lessons has a very short new section where you're doing the new teaching. And then after that, the rest of that lesson is all review. They call it We Remember. And there's different things that you're practicing: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then just little other things like how many months are in a year, or how many days in this month, or what is the body temperature, like the standard body temperature, just little things that you wouldn't normally see. So we are really liking this. Like I said before, we are a little over halfway through this program. So my daughter is in the 7th book out of 10 right now, and we will be continuing on and finishing this program in 6th grade. And then probably, I would say in October or so, I will be ordering the next level, which we're just going to continue right on into grade 5. Now, the thing that's going to be different about grade 5 for us is that the very first light unit is actually review and kind of assessing if your student has kind of lost some information over the summer, because this is made for Christian schools originally. And so what we will probably do once I look through the program is I will probably have her skip the 501 light unit and we'll just move right into 502 because that will be where the new information starts. And I'm doing that mainly because we do math throughout the summer, so she hasn't really lost anything. In fact, we aren't even done yet for our summer kind of school. That'll be next week, and then we'll take the first 2 weeks of August off, and then we will jump back into math probably the third or fourth week of August. So she won't really have a lot of time to lose her skills. So now let's go ahead and talk about my daughter's opinion of this program. So when I first asked her a couple days ago what she thought about Christian Light Math and what she would say about it for a video, the first thing that she said, which I knew she would say, is that she loves the speed drills. At the back of one thing that I did forget to mention is that I have a full flip through of this curriculum. So if you would like to see really in depth about that, I will link that video up here and then also down below in the description box so that you can check that out if you want just a little bit more in depth about the program. But at the very back of the light unit, there is a speed drill section. There's a little chart right here where your student can document how many they got right, and then they're kind of trying to see how far they can get on this little path. And then there's different little rewards along the way. We usually change them because they're very classroom designed, but we just do something small and simple. But this section right here is a speed drill for the first day. And then this one is a speed drill for the second day. And they're just 1 minute timed speed drills. And she uses a little timer and she really likes it. There are lots of different things to practice. So one day will be multiplication and then subtraction. And then this one here is like measurement, if you can see that, if my camera will focus. And then division. And it just kind of alternates knowing all sorts of different things. So she really likes that. At the end of the book, there are quizzes. So there's just a 1-page quiz. That's lesson 5. And then quiz 2 is lesson 10. And then there is a test for each light unit. You can choose whether or not you take them. I always have my daughter take the test. She doesn't mind tests. They don't stress her out. I don't, grade them really rigidly or anything. I do grade them, but before you give your student the light unit, you would want to pull the test out ahead of time so that they're not looking at what's on there. But she really likes the speed drills. And the nice part, when you get into the lessons, let me give you an example. Right here on lesson 2, at the very top, there are little boxes. So the first box here says flashcards. And then the second one tells you which speed drill. So for lesson 2, you would do speed drill 2. And then it tells you what page it's on. So that is a nice little reminder for her. I don't have to tell her to do them. The page tells her to do it. So that's really nice. It's very independent for her. But while we are here, one of the other things that her and I both really like is the short new teaching section. So for instance, here is lesson 2, and this is where the new teaching starts. And so there's examples and some instruction and then some practice down here. But then right away on the next page is the We Remember section. And We Remember is the review. So then you will have a few different pages of review. And these are all things that they've learned before. And then on the next page is lesson 3. So that is technically 4 pages of schoolwork for one day. And she wishes that they were a little bit shorter, but she does just fine with it. And really, it doesn't take her that long. I would say her math probably takes her between 20 and 30 minutes. And that includes the speed drill time and the flashcards. So 30 minutes for math doesn't seem too bad to me. Now, as far as my thoughts on this program, what I really like is the variety of topics. Here in the contents, you will see that there are lots of different topics that they are studying in one light unit. Now, the way that we schedule a light unit, we only do math Monday through Thursday. And so since there's 17 lessons, we normally do 4 weeks for a light unit. And there is a lesson that comes after the test. which is lesson 17. And that's a just for fun lesson, and we don't actually do that lesson. So this is technically only 16 lessons for our homeschool. So we can do 4 lessons a week for 4 weeks and get a light unit done every 4 weeks. So, but I really like the variety of the different types of lessons, and it's not just all focused on one thing for the whole light unit. The next thing that I really love is review, review, review. Now, part of the whole reason why we switched to Christian Light Education Math is because we needed more review and practice. And that is exactly what we're getting. So I really love it for that reason. There doesn't seem to be too much as far as work for every day. It's just the right amount. And I couldn't be happier with how it's set up, because she's getting constant practice of recently taught things that have been taught a long time ago, and just basic information like adding and subtracting that you need to be able to do quickly when you're doing other operations. So I really like all of the review. So that is kind of everything I have to say about Christian Light Education Math 4. I hope that it was helpful for you to hear kind of what our thoughts were and how it's going for us. I have been getting some questions about how things are going, so thank you to those of you that have asked about that, and please know that we have all intentions of continuing on with Christian Light Math. We are loving it, and I don't plan to switch anytime soon. Let me know down below if you have ever used Christian Light Education Math, or if you're thinking about using it. If there's any questions that I can help you answer, I am happy to do that. I always love talking about curriculum and planning and everything homeschool, so I hope that you will not hesitate to leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to click that subscribe button before you leave and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today at Our Homeschool Table, and we'll see you next time.